Hey guys, it's Kelly with Chestnut Junction, and we are, I think, on night 3 or night 4 for putting together our witch hat with the mouse and all the little goodies. So if you have not caught the previous tutorials, be sure to go to our Chestnut Junction business page and scroll down through and check out those videos. We do have free pattern sheets for the project. The hat is store-bought. So the first video we show you how to turn that store-bought hat into this wonderfully primitive hat. And then we do the mouse, and tonight we're going to add another element. But if you haven't downloaded this pattern sheet yet, this is for the mouse. And in those tutorials on our Facebook business page, we go through and show you how to put this whole project together. Hi Diana, hi Vicky. And so tonight we are going to add a little goodie over here. We're going to add a spider. And the producer should have added that download link there in the comments for you guys to download this pattern sheet for what we will be making tonight. So whenever we go to put these together, I still have some goodies I want to add to the little mouse here, and we will do that sometime after we get our spider added on there. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Christine. So we have our spider pattern sheet, and we went ahead and we traced that out and we sewed it all the way around. We did not leave an opening because we're going to cut an opening on the back. Well, welcome, Christine. We're glad you're here with us. Hi, Leanne. How are you? So we're going to go ahead and cut out around our spider here, and we're going to allow 1/4 of an inch of fabric for the seam allowance. Like I said, we did sew all the way around this, and we're going to cut a little opening on the back. And I'm going to snip around this fabric seam allowance so that our spider doesn't have puckers in him around the edge whenever we stuff him. So I snipped all the way around the edge. And I'm going to go ahead and just make sure you're doing this on the back layer. I'm going to snip a little opening back here on the back of our spider so we can turn him right side out and then stuff him. Nice, Leanne. How's everybody doing today? The sun finally came out here. It's been cloudy for several days. So we've got our little spider turned right side out. And then we have our little slit on the back so we can stuff him. And grab some polyfill down here. We're going to stuff our spider. If you guys are just joining us, this is the project we've been working on all week. It's our witch hat, and then we added a little mouse holding a pumpkin. And tonight we are going to add a little spider up here. But if this is your first time watching us, we have tutorials on our Chestnut Junction business page, and in those tutorials we give you free links or links to free downloads that you can print out these pattern pieces so you can make this project at home. And the hat is store-bought. So we're gonna make the mouse tonight, and then I'm gonna come back for probably the last session on the hat here, and we'll jazz it up a little bit. We'll add some little accents to the mouse, and maybe add some of that like that flax fiber around the bottom of the hat there, and just jazz it up and make it look all primitive and nice. I'm just using my stuffing tool here. Thank you, Diane. I think we're getting to the point where we're probably going to oh, thank you, Marlene. I think we're going to start working on some other seasonal projects. Yes, Sue. Here's the pattern sheet for the spider, and I think the producer can link that in the comments again for you, so you can get that printed out. And it looks like we have a lot of new people on here tonight. So be sure to stop by our Chestnut Junction business page, and we'd love it if you'd follow us if you already don't. But we have tutorials to make this witch hat that we're working on. You can download the free pattern sheets, and the hat was super easy because we bought a store-bought hat to do that. And if you are joining us for the first time, last week, this was our project last week. And the videos are also on our Facebook page for that, along with the downloads for the free patterns. So it's just the pattern sheets, and then you can watch along with our videos, and we show you how to put these projects together. Oh, you're welcome, Sue. Oh, did you? Are you going to make the can too, Eric? What is it? Ariadna. I'm glad you made the pokes. Don't forget to post pictures of your pokes there on our Facebook page. We have a post where I started a thread where you guys can post your finished pics of your pokes. That's hard to say. Finished pics of your pokes there on our Facebook page. Thank you, Marlene. Awesome, Leanne. Yes, get your picture posted on there. We'd love to see it. Has anybody done the hat yet? A lot of you have messaged me and said that you would be going out trying to get the hats this weekend. I sure hope they have hats left. Because I'd gotten that one at Walmart, and there was 2 left, and I took one of them. But I have been searching around on Google, and it looks like definitely you could order them from Amazon, and it's called a ruched hat, R-U-C-H-E-D. But it also looks like Party City and Spirit Halloween. Awesome, Sue. I'm glad you found the hat. Hi, Christine. How are you? So I'm just stuffing my little spider, but he's a little lumpy down here, so I'm kind of playing around with this. Thank you, Marlene. We've been doing this a long time. Just going to add a little bit more stuffing in here. Awesome, Christine. I need to get down and visit your booth sometime, Christine. I had thought myself about having a booth down there whenever, you know, we moved back home here. But then we went ahead and got a booth at Sibs there in Wheeling. So I'm going to sew our little opening closed on the back of our spider. It's always about the, yeah, when you go with the grandkids, it's always what they want to look at. I remember when my nephew was little and I would take him to the grocery store and I put him up in that, you know, seat up at the front. Anything, he would grab anything and just dump it in the cart. And then like by the time I'd try to catch him, but by the time we got up to the front, like I'd be unloading the buggy and I'm like, where did this come from? And it was stuff that he would just grab off the shelves and put in the buggy. This is where the glasses come in, right? Pamela, we are making a spider that is going to hang off of the tip of our witch's hat. And if you want to download the pattern for that, that's a free pattern sheet that we have the link posted there in the comments. So I'm just going to use a needle and thread and sew this opening closed on the back of our spider. Oh, you're welcome. I was going back and forth on whether I wanted to put a spider or put a star on the tip of the witch's hat. And the producer and I were going over it and finally decided on a spider. And then whenever I cut a slit on the back of something, I usually like to go over the stitches twice. Now, if I'm sewing like a side seam together, I don't stitch it twice, but whenever I've cut a hole in the middle of the fabric, I like to make sure it's good and secure. Ice cream cookie, heck yeah. Well, I still do that. Oh my nephew, when he was little, oh my goodness, he was a turd, let me tell you. One time we were at Kmart and he had filled his britches, and he didn't like that. So, I mean, he just took the pants off, the diaper off, woofed down the aisle. Then he was happy. He's happy running around with no pants on. Hey, Kathy, we're making a spider to go on the end of our witch's hat, the tip. We're going to put a spider down here. And if you need that pattern sheet, the link is there in the comments. So we are going to paint this little spider body black. So grab our black paint. What's everybody been up to today? Hubby and I both had very hectic work days today. And our paint, it's acrylic, it's black acrylic paint, but it's a little on the thick side. So I am going to add just a tiny bit of water to loosen that up, so it'll flow better over our muslin. Making turkeys today, nice. Yeah, I think this will probably be our last Halloween project, and we'll have to move on to some Thanksgiving and Christmas and holiday projects. We don't have as many people on tonight. I think a lot of people go out to dinner and go to the football games and whatnot on Friday nights. We had a frozen pizza. Oh, well, you're busy, Miss Carrie. Well, well wishes to you and your hubby and your pup. Your son has COVID. Wow. Hopefully you don't get it. Is he doing okay? Prayers to your son. My sister works for the public school system and has had COVID more times than I think you can count. Your son has COVID too? Oh my gosh. We're healing prayers over him. So we've got our spider painted front and back. I'm going to dry it here with our heat tool. I truly believe that both the producer and I had COVID even before they knew what COVID was, because we were so sick. And that was in the beginning of 2019. That's good, Miss Pamela. But after that, we've not had COVID. But both of us we get the flu shots and the COVID vaccines. Wow. You think it's because the kids are back in school, everybody's getting COVID again? Hi, Renee. Hey there, Maria. Yeah, that's what I think too, Kathy. And I have to be careful because I'm missing half of my left lung. Hey there, Lynn. So it's not good for me to get respiratory things. And then my mom has terminal cancer, so we don't want her to get sick. So we've got our little spider painted front and back, and we're going to give him a sand. Miss Renee, I am making a spider to hang off of the tip of the witch's hat. And if you need the little pattern piece, you can download that. The link is there in the comments somewhere. But I will get the spider done tonight. And then the last live we do with this, we'll come back and put some nice embellishments on everything. And, you know, pull the whole thing together. But tonight our goal is to get the spider done. Hello, Lisa. So now I think I'm going to use a little bit of white paint. The black paint, it was Folk Art. You can use any black paint. Hey, Barb. Yes, prayers for all. Or did you want to see the back where I'd sewn it together? I wasn't sure. But we're going to add some eyes to our little spider guy. But I wanted, do you see how we gave the mouse some white highlighting around his eyes? I want to give this spider some white highlighting. The producer's coming.
I'll bet this question. See, she kept asking for the other book because that's what did happen today.
Is it this one? That one is the one we did the hat with, the chalkboard paint. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, the chalkboard paint is thicker, so it's going to give your hat a little bit more rigidity, which, you know, helps it stand up a little better. Yes, the producer came in. Sometimes I get in trouble. I can't remember where I got that. I shop at Joann's, Walmart, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby. So it had to be one of those. Okay, so we are going, I put a little dab of white paint into my paint tray. Hey, Miss Tamara, how are you? I crack you up. You're not at a football game tonight, Miss Tamara? Okay, Carolyn says that Joann's carries the chalkboard paint. Hi, Alicia. So now I want to go in on the spider, and I'm going to put my glasses on here. I want to give him some highlight for his eyes, like we did with the mouse. So they look like they look like they go together, like they're friends. And we're just lightly, like, dabby dry brushing some white on there. Hi, Maria. Just to give some highlight to the spider's eyes. Makes me feel like I'm doing one of those, do you guys ever catch those? Do you guys watch the reels, like the Facebook reels? And those, you'll see those girls come through with the makeup. You know, the makeup videos. And oh my goodness. They put so much stuff on their face. Oh, there's no Blair game tonight because of the lights. So you play tomorrow? I always heard that was a stipulation, that the guy who donated the land for the Blair stadium made some kind of stipulation in the contract that stadium lights could never be put on that land. That's what I heard. But getting back to those makeup videos, like the highlighter, concealer, bronzer, all this stuff. Yes, it does look like paste. I'm like, you know, it's just layer upon layer upon layer. I'm like, ugh. I mean, so, a lot of the girls are very pretty, but there's no way I could do that. Yeah, it's just all in like a different eyeliner color for your bottom and a different eyeliner for your top, and then the false eyelashes now. No, you would be like talking like this because the makeup cannot move. There's one girl I particularly like to watch, and I can't remember what her name is, but she has got the thickest Boston accent, and she's just a hoot to watch. So we've got our paint there, and I'm going to hit it with the heat tool. Do you have a Boston accent? Well, then I would absolutely love to have a conversation with you. I love accents. Okay, so we are going to add some eyes or some little pupils. Do we want to say pupils? We're just going to add some eyes to this spider. I love a good accent. I think it adds much character. Yeah, park the car over there. Hey, Erin, how are you doing? All right, so we have a piece of black crochet thread. It's just one single, left the tail there, no knot at the end. And we are going to go through the back of our spider here. And then we are going to come through the front of his eyes. At least one eye right now. And we're going to do like a little snowflake. I'm going to do an X. And I'm not going back through the spider. I'm going under. Carrie, do you take offense to that? I do that stuff in the grocery store just to embarrass my husband. Except it's usually an English accent. And we'll be in the cookie aisle or whatever, and I'll be like, what kind of biscuits do you want this week? So I did a little X. And now I'm going to do a plus on top of that X to get like a snowflake. And I hope I'm explaining that right to you and you understand it. So I did an X, and then I did a plus. And then I brought my thread back out through the back of my spider. So I'm going to go back in and do the same for the other eye. Now, I love to do stuff out in public to embarrass my husband. He probably doesn't think it's funny. He goes along with it, though. Hey, Miss Teresa, how are you doing today? So I did my X and then my plus, and then I'm going to bring my thread back out through the back of the spider. And I pull the threads a little bit just to kind of indent the eyes a little bit, but there are our spider eyes. He kind of looks a little drunk, but he's not. He doesn't have a mouth. So. Yes, I'm just doing tiny little stitches. Exactly, Teresa. Thanks, Vicky. You don't even have to do that snowflakey. If you just want to stitch a couple stitches like over top of each other to look like a little eye, that would be fine too. Each time I take my glasses on and off, my dew keeps getting flatter and more out of hand. So there's our little spider with his eyes. So we are going to coffee stain now. And I have my bulk batch coffee stain, but you can make your coffee stain with like a half a cup of water or a cup of water. And for a cup of water, I would probably start out with around a half to a tablespoon of instant coffee. And if you're doing a half cup of water, I do like half of that. Is it National Coffee Day? I always liked coffee, but I can't drink it anymore. So we have painted front and back with coffee. And we're going to dry it with our heat. Why is it I can never find the button to that? Do you guys like regular coffee or do you like the specialty coffees? I always liked hazelnut coffee, and then I would put the little caramel macchiato creamer in it. Well, thank you, Miss Pamela. I appreciate that. You love all coffee? Oh, thank you, Dorothy. I appreciate that. Ooh, coconut creamer. Do you like the coffee flavored foods too? Miss Tamara, I always used to get my coffee at Sheetz. I don't know. I know you know what that would be. I don't think anybody else would know what it was. You gotta be explaining yourself to the UPS man. Yeah, I always loved Sheetz coffee. I thought I heard the producer coming. Dunkin' Donuts does make a good coffee. Oh, Maria, you know what Sheetz is? I love Sheetz. Whenever we first got our Sheetz here locally, I know what a Wawa is too. That's funny. Sheetz in Virginia too. When we lived in Columbus, there was no Sheetz. And then, like, I don't know, 6 months before we moved home, they started building Sheetz. And these people didn't know what a Sheetz was. And, like, you just don't get it, you know. But when we got our first Sheetz here, my parents were like, why are you going to a gas station, you know, to get coffee or to get something to eat? We're like, you don't understand. It's Sheetz. Yes, the Sheetz has it going on. Well, Marlene, you need a Sheetz. It is gas station food, but it's made to order. It's fresh. Yeah, Pamela Sheetz is. It's sad. It's a gas station, but it's got made to order food and a little eating area and whatnot, and it's really reasonably priced, and they have good coffee. Oh, they also have a car wash, which makes it fancy. Sheetz is it's a mini mart. It's made to order. It's like kind of like a Subway thingy, a gas station, car wash. It's an experience. It's kind of like going like to Disneyland every day for like regular people. Yes, you have to try Sheetz. All right, so we have our little mouse painted, and we scuffed him up. And I am going to hit him again to try to melt some of those polyfill fibers that have come through. Tamara will back me up on this. Miss Tamara backed me up. Sheets is so popular that there are 2 of them at the Highlands within like a quarter of a mile of each other. Literally, there is 2 sheets, one on one side of the highway and one on the other side of the highway. That is just what a wonderful experience Sheets is. What am I doing? I've got sheets on the brain. Ooh, that didn't sound nice. Buc-ee's in Texas. Yeah, when we used to go to Lancaster, PA, they had a Wawa. So, of course, we stopped at the Wawa. I mean, who wouldn't? So, we are going to give our spider some little wire legs. The producer has heard of Buc-ee's and didn't tell me about it. Well, how vile is that? I thought I brought my ruler in here with me, and I did not. Yeah, you're gonna have to try that coffee. A ruler? The producer is retrieving a ruler. Give it. He won't give me the dang rule. He won't give me the ruler. Oh, jeez. Oh, back to business here. Hey, Miss Ann, how are you? So let's decide how long we want these spider legs. Somebody wanting to see Bro? Hello, Brody. I think our wire is 20 gauge, and we do sell that in our Etsy shop, which is chestnutjunction.etsy.com, and that is going to be in the supply section. Mooch is here. We need to get what do you call one of those cams to put on the back porch, just to watch Mooch 24/7. But yeah, he's sleeping on the chairs on the back porch like he owns the place. I'm going to try 5 inches on these spider legs. Be careful, that's hot. And you can't have my wire. So what are you up to, huh? Have you got kitty business to do? You're wanting to run off with my wire. Oh, thank you, Vicky. I'm pretty sure we're still in stock on the wire. If you hit that, if you, yeah, in the supplies section. Producer, can you throw up the link to the wire? I do have some in back stock. It just came in. I really can't say I get any cat hair in my stuff. So we have our rusty wire, and I'm cutting it at 5 inches, and I'm going to do 6 legs on this guy. So I'm going to cut 3 more pieces of rusty wire at 5 inches. All of the kitties that went to the vet are all doing better now. Those shots made them feel really sick. And then we called the local cat rescue about Mooch, and they told us that there is, if we take him to the regular vet, it will be like roughly $400 at a regular vet to get him fixed and get all his shots and whatnot. But if we go to this other guy who's like semi-retired and works with the local cat sanctuary, that they will neuter him for only $60, and then do all his shots and stuff. But the sad part about it is with Mooch, they said that he's going to have to be tested for feline leukemia and feline AIDS, and that if he has either one of those, that they're going to have to put him to sleep. But I think we can only take him like on Monday through Wednesday, and then he has to, they're like, you need to trap him, catch him. Oh, Brody, no. Oh, Brody. Well, come on, wipe off your foot. Brody, step into paint. The bad Brody, step into paint. Yeah, the producer got to come get the baby. Oh, he stepped into paint.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Here.
He's an artist. He thinks he is. Mooch. We have to have him there between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning. So then we would have, they're like 15 minutes away. So we got to try to be up in the morning to try to trap him. And who knows if he's even here. So we are going to try to work with him and see what happens. Yeah, you should see my table. He's got a big paw prints on it from stepping in my paint over there. He needs to be doing his own lives. Yeah, he can come in here and he can do the toe beam painting. All right. So let's decide where we're going to put these legs. Let's do this first. At the end of each leg, I'm going to do a little loop for the end of the end of the spider's feet, legs, whatever you call them. He does. He's such a good little kitty. think the producer had to scrub him down. Okay, so on all 6 of my legs, I just bent the, can you see that? I just bent the wire over. And I know spiders have 6 legs, but they always say you should do stuff in odd numbers. So I think it'll look better with 3 on each side. But I'm with like a larger needle, I'm going to poke a hole. It would be on the back side behind the seam to poke these spider legs into. And I'm just going to use a needle to give me a pilot hole. Well, thanks for your order, Elena. I appreciate it. So we've got one leg in. Oh, really? See, they're telling us if he has it, that he's going to have to be put to sleep. So I don't know. He's a nice cat, and I keep saying I sincerely think somebody dumped him off because he's too friendly and loving to be a feral cat. Yeah, both vets. It wasn't just one vet that told us he'd have to be put to sleep. It was 2 vets. Huh. It's probably just our podunk area, to be honest with you. So I'm poking pilot holes with my needle to put these legs in. And I'll bend them after we get them all in. We got our 2 tuxedo cats at a cat rescue in Urbana, Ohio, which is like north of Columbus. And goodness, we had to have references and all this other stuff to get these 2 cats. And then Brody, we saw him on Facebook for free. And honestly, he was a mess whenever we got him. I mean, he was covered in fleas, had ear mites. I mean, he didn't come from a good situation. But it was so much easier than going through that cat rescue. I mean, that cat rescue even wanted proof of income. And then we had to sign all these disclosures about what we would and wouldn't do with the cats. This one doesn't want to go in. It is being stubborn. It is being a stubborn little bugger. Get in now. All right, come on. What is going on here? There we go. Okay, so we have got 3 wires on each side. Make sure they're in far enough. And we cut those wires. Each wire is 5 inches. So now I'm just going to try to shape them to make them look like spider legs. Who else is afraid of spiders like I am? Throw up those hearts if you're afraid of spiders. I am deathly afraid of spiders. Yeah, I do understand that. Oh yeah, I say hit that heart button if you're afraid of these guys. Oh, I hate spiders. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Especially those thick black ones that are starting to come in the house now because it's fall. Ick. Ick, ick, ick. That looking pretty good? Okay, so I am going to hit these with a little bit of glue to secure them in place. I don't know, should I do? I'm trying to decide if I want to do white glue or hot glue. Oh, let's just do a little dab. Hopefully this white glue will hold these in place. You don't like the see, mice don't bother me as bad as spiders do. And we've even had a snake or 2 in our yard this year, and that hasn't bothered me. But those spiders. This has been a long time ago, back in the 90s. I worked at a retail place, and there was a pet store a couple doors down, and they had tarantulas. And I kid you not, every once in a while, those spiders, you know, I don't know if they're feeding them, people looking at them, whatever, but those spiders would get away. And no kidding you, they would show up in our warehouse a couple doors down, the tarantulas. Oh, it was awful. It was just, yeah, it got to the point where I didn't want to go back there. Oh, snake in the house. I don't know if I could deal with that. But we did have to deal with a bat. My husband twice has had to get a bat at my mother's house. Oh, yeah, the Barb, things that would escape from that dang pet store. Yeah, and it wasn't just once, it was several times that happened. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, bats. We've had, like I said, Tamara, my husband's have to get the bats twice at my mom's house. Oh, a snake come up out of the drain. I've seen spiders come up out of the drain at my mother's. And then we put a little bit of glue on their legs back here. So let's see. We need to put the spider on the tip of our hat here. So I'm going to cut a piece of this rusty wire. I'm going to start out at 8 inches here, and we can cut it shorter if we need to. Tamara, that's my sister Kim calling me. Could you guys hear the phone? You need to call her and tell her to leave me alone while I'm on a live. Could you guys hear the phone ringing when it rang? So we're gonna put this, hang our little spider from here. So I'm gonna put a little, oh, you couldn't hear the phone ringing? Okay. The screen froze, okay. It was just my sister. Kimmy cracks. Kimmy cracks everybody up. Some of the stuff that girl does. And Tamara Colton's worse. Okay, so I put my wire through the top of my spider here. Oh, Colton is her twin. I mean, absolutely. We're talking about my sister and her son. My sister is ornerier than pig poop. And her son, I mean, he's just this. He's just when those two get together, it's crazy. Well, Tamara, sometimes Kimmy will call me on her way home from work, you know, while she's in the car. And I have to listen to her, you know, cuss people out on the road, and it's hilarious. So we've got our spider on our wire here, and then we are going to hook him to our witch hat. So I'm going to turn our witch hat around. So I can see where we should put this. And put a little pilot hole in here. I don't know. What do you think his name should be? The little spider. George. That's a good one. I know, that's my sister too. Willie's cute too. Willie, George, Sheldon, Morgan Butterworth, Aaron. Aaron knows my sister too, and can vouch for what's the word I want to use? She is her own person, let me tell you. Does that look like a good length for the spider? Hit the heart buttons if you like the length on that spider. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to bring this wire down. And wrap it around. And then I'm going to cut it off here. Thank you, guys. I'm going to cut it off here in the back. Wait, I think I need new pliers. This thing isn't cutting very well. And then I'm going to roll the end of this wire the same way that I did the end of the legs, just so nobody gets poked with it. Thanks, you guys. Does that look good? It's hard to get the whole thing in there. So there's our spider. Looks spectacular. Yes, it does. Okie dokie. So we got our spider done. And next time, oh, look, oh, my hair. Next time, whenever we come on, we will finish adding some accents, you know, some little things down around here. Like I might use some of that, I can't remember what it's called, flax, some of the flax, or maybe some Spanish moss. And little Mousy, he needs like a tie around his neck. And when I want to put like maybe a little green homespun around the pumpkin. So I think we have one more session, one more live to finish up this, the witch hat project. If you didn't already download the spider body sheet, that should be in the links. And that's just the body pattern piece we use to make this. And then in the other video, we had the mouse pattern sheet that we did for him. And those are all free downloads that you can print out and make these little goodies at home there. And the hat was store-bought. But go back and check out those videos so you can make this project at home. If you don't already like and follow our Facebook page, we would absolutely love to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Does anybody have any questions before we wrap it up? It has been fun, Susan. Oh, you're welcome, Debbie. Pamela, I think that when you download on your iPhone, I'm pretty sure that your downloads go to iBooks and you have to open up iBooks and print from there. Oh yeah, Miss Carrie, we'll move on to another project. Yep, we certainly will. I think the next project we work on, we'll start working on maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas. And don't forget that next Wednesday evening when we come on live, we're actually not going to work on any crafts that night. Next Wednesday, we are going to do a live auction and auction off some of the things that we have been making here on the live. The hat actually was purchased. We purchased the hat from Walmart, and it was in the costume section. And if you go back to the very first, if you go to our Chestnut Junction page, we have all those tutorials listed. And if you go back to the very first one for the Halloween hat, we actually just painted over the Halloween hat with some chalkboard paint. And then we put some cinnamon on there. But if you go to our Chestnut Junction Facebook page, we actually have the full tutorial that shows you how to put this entire project together. I think we did this in 3 or 4 lives. And like I said, it'll probably take one more live to bring everything together and finish it up. Oh, you're welcome, Barb. You're welcome, Pamela. I am so glad you guys joined us this evening. We're always glad to have you here. Even if you don't make this stuff, you know, the crafts at home, you're always welcome just to hang out here with us and talk and chat with everybody. We have a great group of ladies here who come and join us every night, and it's always fun. And each and every one of these ladies is very much appreciated, and I'm thankful to have him here. So don't forget that we have e-patterns and supplies in our Etsy shop at chestnutjunction.etsy.com. And I think that's a wrap for this evening. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for being here. God bless. Bye-bye.